I have a wonderful husband named Curtis, and I have 2 beautiful children, Winston and Lauren. I am a registered nurse. I've always done cardiothoracic and trauma intensive care. It's not about you anymore. It's about you just saved this life. And so I just get 100% gratification from that. Other than a nurse, I'm kind of a construction girl. So I can build some things. And I also love to work in my yard, and I love entertaining my friends. So I'm a country girl, really. Breast cancer came into my family at a very, very early age for myself and for my sisters. It came in roaring like a lion, and it didn't stop. When I was 12, my first sister got diagnosed with breast cancer. She was 31 when she passed away. All 6 of my sisters had breast cancer. And when I was 19 years old, I was in the military, and the doctor, he was doing a breast exam, and he found a mass in my breast, and he said, "You need to get it checked." It was a cyst, but it was benign. I became very anxious, very anxious. It was so unbearable, I just couldn't do it. And then when I had kids, it made it worse. When you've had 6 sisters with breast cancer, an exam is just not an exam. It's almost like a diagnosis. There was times when I would get mammograms twice a year, 6 months. And then at some point, you need an ultrasound at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. You need a spot compression over here. You need to get MRIs. You need to get a cyst, a biopsy. It was something all the time. The time came for another exam. The radiologist saw something, of course, on the mammogram. So he said, "I gotta do a biopsy because of your family history." Did a biopsy, benign. He came back in and he said, "Have you ever considered removing your breast?" I couldn't take it no more. I was tired of crying. I was tired of praying. I was tired of waiting. And I needed something now. And I looked at this man and I said, "How much is it gonna cost me to put these titties in a bucket?" And he looked at me and he said, "I have never been asked that question before." And I said, "Well, today is the first. I'm under a black cloud and I can't live the rest of my life like this." I wanted all of my sisters to get tested. Although I want to give this information and I want to talk and I want this to be an open platform, I have to be considerate of the fact that I'm the only one that hasn't had breast cancer. I've never had it, and I felt guilty. I felt guilty for wanting to talk about it. I wanted to live. I can't allow my children to be without a mother. I can't allow my husband to be without a wife. I can keep going every 6 months and having these tests over and over again, or I can make a decision to make my life better. What I was looking for was first honesty. I was looking for a perfectionist. I was looking for someone that's what they did every day. At that point, all I needed to do was talk to the doctor to see what he was going to be like. I needed to know what was the scarring going to look like. I knew that it wasn't going to be perfect, but I wanted to know the options, and I wanted to know the reality of it. I wanted you to be true to me. And being a black skin, because you treat that skin differently. I'm a nurse, I know. They look differently when they heal. The scars turn different colors. So he was very, very open with what he could and couldn't do. It feels amazing. I feel like I can live again. I can finally live without that fear. I don't have to have another spot compression, another MRI, another biopsy, another ultrasound. I don't have to do that anymore. in the Black communities, a lot of time it's just the culture. You just don't talk about things, especially medical things. With my sisters, we don't talk about like the details. We should know more about each other medically at this point. This should be an open conversation. It's not gonna stop at my generation. We have generations to follow. So, this is a new phase for all of us. I'm hoping that we can all tell stories from different angles and reach more people. I'm looking forward to my kids. I only have 2 more years here with Winston. Lauren is in college, so I'm trying to grab home every little second they'll give me now because, mom is not as important as she used to be. Curtis and I are just gonna try to live out the best life we can at this point and love on life, especially now, because going through COVID-19 and having to do this way just shows me that when you have the opportunity to dance, you better dance. So I'm gonna dance.